Today I'm going to demonstrate for you how to solve a one-step equation. Right now we have 7 plus a number equals 20. The n represents our variable, which is an unknown number. And our job today is to isolate the variable and get n by itself. So in order to do that, we must do what we call the inverse operation. So inverse simply means the opposite. So we are going to do the opposite of what has been done. So we have 7 plus n equals 20. Now I'm going to leave the n on the left side. I can move it to the right side, but I like to leave the n on the left side. What am I going to do? So as 7, look at the number. Is it positive or is it negative? All right, you know that it's positive. How do you know it's positive? Well, because there's no negative sign in front of it. So because it's a positive number, in order to do the inverse, we have to subtract, okay? Because subtraction is the inverse of adding. So let's go ahead and demonstrate that. What I'm going to do first is I am going to draw. You can either draw 2 lines or 1 line. I usually like to draw 2 lines because it helps me to remember to bring down my equal sign, okay? All right, so the reason I'm doing that, like I said, is to remember to bring down my equal sign. So I'm just bringing it down now. In order to get n by itself, I need to subtract 7. Now, when I do equations, or when we do equations, whatever you do on the left side, you must do on the right side. Okay? So we're going to subtract 7 on both sides. Now, what is 7 minus 7? 7 minus 7 is 0, so we can just cross that out and bring down our n. And once again, we're going to bring down our equal sign. And what is 20 minus 7? 13. Good job. All right, let's check out the next one. The next problem, we have some number plus 10 equals 100. We're going to do the same exact steps, okay? We're going to draw a line, bring down our equal sign. Look at the variable right now. The variable is positive, which is good. The number that we have here, which is our constant, is also positive. And we need to move that to the right side, okay? Now, because it's positive, the inverse of positive is what? Negative. Good job. So let's subtract 10 on both sides. All right, 10 minus 10 is what? That's right. So you can cancel it out. It's 0. Bring down your n. Bring down your equal sign. You have to bring that down. What is 100 minus 10? Good job. 90. Very good. Let's take a look at this last one. Okay. So we have 8 plus a number b equals 20. Now, I don't know if you noticed or not, but you see our variable change, and that's fine because the variable can be anything you want it to be. It doesn't matter as long as you know that you're solving for that particular variable. So let's bring down our line. We need to get b by itself. We need to isolate the variable. So what are we going to do? Let's look at this number right here. We have an 8. Because the 8 is positive, we are going to subtract it. So let's subtract 8 on both sides. 8 minus 8, 0. Bring down your b equals, and what's 20 minus 8? You're right, 12. Good job. Now, I just want to bring up a quick fact here because I noticed in my years of teaching that students will get confused with this sign right here. They think because this sign means add that they have to subtract. You're not subtracting because this sign means add. You are subtracting because this sign in front of this number is positive. So the inverse of positive is negative. So let's make sure we keep that in mind, okay? Because if this was a subtraction sign, you wouldn't add. You would still subtract because this is positive, okay? All right, good job. Let's go ahead and use those skills that we used previously to solve one-step equations with word problems. We have Rosalind found 3 peaches on her peach tree. 2 hours later, her sister Janie found X more peaches. Together, they have 8 peaches. Write an one-step equation to find the number of peaches Janie found. It is very important that you read your problem all the way through first and figure out what the question is asking you. So it's asking us to write a one-step equation, okay? So make sure you remember to read it all the way through first, identify what it wants you to do, and then let's set it up. Okay, it says write a one-step equation. So now let's go back and just mark up the problem if you wish, just to figure out what's important. Okay, so in that first sentence it says Rosalind found 3 peaches on her peach tree. Now we're trying to figure out the number of peaches Janie found, and we know that the amount that Rosalind found is very important. So Rosalind found 3 peaches, so we highlight that. 2 hours later, her sister Janie found X more peaches. Now I like how this problem gives you a variable. You won't always have the variable given to you. Sometimes you might have to make up your own variable, but in this case they gave it to you. Okay, and then it says together, which means you want to add it, and equal, they have 8 peaches altogether. Okay, so let's set this problem up right now. So if Rosalind found 3 peaches, we're going to write 3, and then Janie found X more, you do plus X, and because they have 8 together, it's equal 8. Let's do what we did at the top and draw our railroad tracks to separate our problem so we can remember to bring down our equal sign. Right now, we need to isolate the variable X, which means to do what again? To get X by itself. Very good. So, as I told you right before this problem, you don't focus on this sign right here. You focus on the sign that's in front of this number. In this case, it's positive 3. So the inverse of positive 3 is negative 3. So we're going to subtract 3 on both sides. So subtract 3 here, and I'm going to subtract 3 over here. Oops, I didn't mean to write that big, but that's okay. 3 minus 3 is 0. Bring down your X. All right. We already brought down our equal sign, but I think I'm going to bring it down a little bit lower just because I want it to be lined up. And 8 minus 3 is 5. Okay, let's draw this line so you don't think it's 15. So the amount of peaches that Janie found is 5. Very good. It says Tamara has a makeup business. 5 days ago, she completed 4 people's makeup. 2 days ago, she completed another set of people's makeup. Write a one-step equation to find the total number of people's makeup she completed 2 days ago, if she completed 16 in all. Okay, remember, it's very important that you read the problem all the way through. Okay, if you want to mark up your word problem, feel free to do so. Make sure you know exactly what it's asking you to do. So this says write a one-step equation, so I already know that. Write a one-step equation. That's what we're going to do. All right, so let's go back and highlight the important stuff. So Tamara has a business. Is that important? Not really. 5 days ago, is that important? Not in this context. She completed 4 people's makeup. Okay, yeah, so that number is important, 4. 2 days ago, she completed another set of people's makeup. So we don't know how many people she completed this time, so we're going to highlight another set. Now, that word, or that set of words, another set, represents our variable, okay? Direction says write a one-step equation to find the total number of people's makeup she completed 2 days ago, if she completed 16 in all. So remember, in all means it's going to be equal. So let's go ahead and set this up. So we're going to start off with 4. That's how many people she did 5 days ago. And then 2 days ago, she completed another set. So for another set, we're going to say let any variable, let's just say let X equals another set. Okay? We're going to let X equals another set. So 4 plus X, and then she had completed 16 in all, right? So equals 16. All right. Now we're going to draw our railroad tracks. Bring it on down, bring it on back. Now, what we're going to do, we got to get X by itself. So that term says we need to isolate the variable. Isolate means to put by itself. So we're going to do the inverse of positive 4, which is negative 4. Good job. So subtract 4 on both sides, because what you do on one side, you must do on the other. 4 minus 4 is 0. Bring down your X. Bring down your equal sign. And what is 16 minus 4? 12. Good job. X equals 12. So, how many people makeup did she complete 2 days ago? 12 people. Good job. All right, let's move to the next one. Now, this one is going to be your turn. So what I want you to do is I want you to just take a moment, pause the video if you need to, try to solve this problem. And then when you're done, you're going to work it out to see if you got the answer correct. Okay, here goes. LaDonna has a ladies' boutique. 1 week ago, she ordered a certain amount of different types of necklaces. Today, LaDonna ordered 7 more types of necklaces. Altogether, she has 15 types of necklaces. Write a one-step equation to show how many types of necklaces LaDonna ordered 1 week ago. All right, you're going to write another one-step equation. So let's go in the problem and highlight what's important. So looking back at the first sentence, this just adds context. LaDonna has a ladies' boutique. Very good. 1 week ago, she ordered a certain amount of different types of necklaces. So a certain amount is the variable in this case, a certain amount. So we're going to just say, let X equals, and then you can get right there. Let X equal a certain amount. Today, LaDonna ordered 7 more types. So 7 more. All together, which means equal, she has 15 types of necklaces. Okay? So let's go ahead and write that in an equation form. So we have 7. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go back. We have to write our variable. Okay? So she ordered a certain amount, which is X. So we're going to put X plus 7. And then remember, all together she has 15, so make it equals 15. All right, let's draw our railroad tracks because we have to honor the equal sign. We're going to isolate the variable, which is X, which means to get it by itself. To do that, you must undo positive 7, which is going to become negative 7 because it's the opposite of adding. And what you do on one side, you must do on the other. 7 minus 7 is 0. Write down your X equals. And 15 minus 7 is 8. So it looks like LaDonna ordered 8 more necklaces. Good job.